The Liberty University wrestling team wrapped up their fall season and is preparing for their tough spring season. Assistant coach Chris Williamson sat down with us to give us a quick glimpse as to what the team faces coming in the spring and tells us how they plan to get their third national championship win. And joining me today is the assistant coach for the Liberty men's wrestling team, Chris Williamson. Chris, thanks for coming and sitting down with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Give everybody a quick little update, expecting baby number 2, so Congratulations to you and Rachel. I know you guys are excited.
Yeah, oh yeah, really excited. Due in April and baby number 2, so we'll see how that turns out.
Well, of course, your growing family is always exciting, but let's talk about the growing competition for Liberty men's wrestling. A couple weeks ago, you guys were at the Star City Classic where you guys placed second. Saw some great turnout there for some guys who had some good competition there. Just kind of talk about how they were showing and how the fall semester has looked as it wraps up now.
Oh yeah, at Star City it was an interesting day. I mean, we wrestled 4 dual meets on Saturday, and we swept pretty much everyone except for Otterbein. We lost that dual meet. Things just kind of got away from us, and we started too slow, I think. But in the 3 matches we won, we swept. We didn't lose a single individual match in any of those 3 other meets. So it was kind of it was a strange day because you don't really see that very often. But overall, it was a good day. I mean, it was a good learning experience. We don't really train to compete for the Star City Classic. That every event is a learning experience. So we just kind of we find things that we need to tweak and improve upon and get better at. And I mean, that's exactly what it provided. So.
Well, as you guys wrap up your fall season, you have one more tournament down in Fort Lauderdale, the Citrus Classic. I was talking with some of the guys, and some of them are looking forward to it. Some of them are a little weary about some competition that they're going to be facing because it is a difficult tournament. Just talk about that and what you're hoping to see from that tournament as you guys wrap up your fall season and prepare for the toughest part of the spring semester.
Yeah, I mean, if Lindenwood is our toughest tournament, the Citrus is probably our second toughest, honestly, and for a couple reasons. One, it's just a stacked tournament. Augsburg is there. They're a Division III powerhouse. I think they're 17-time national champions. They've had guys on their team wrestle on the world team before. In the Army world class athlete program before. So I mean, they're as good as it gets. And there are other really, really talented teams in there too. But we also come back really late. We can't have our guys before a certain date, and so we're getting about a day of training, and then we fly out and we train down there. So we're really counting on our guys to train and work out and stay in shape at home by themselves, which we're confident in, but it's just not the same as practicing with the team. But we've gotten actually, in the last 5 years, we've gotten better at that tournament over time, and part of it is, we have a greater level of self-discipline. We have better training partners. We have a higher level of expectation, as a whole. And so I'm pretty excited. I think we've got some guys that are, capable of winning that tournament or placing extremely high. In the past, we were worried about guys just going down and getting injured. We had guys that couldn't make weight for that tournament, but that's not really a concern anymore for us. And I think it's fun. It's in Florida in the middle of winter, right after Christmas. So it's nice to be on the beach and do our beach run and, wear shorts and T-shirts while we're, going back and forth from the wrestling tournament. And but yeah, I'm expecting us to do well. I'm expecting a couple of individuals to do particularly well, and I'm expecting some of our younger guys or maybe some of our more inexperienced guys to get beat up a little bit. But it's all part of it, so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, looking ahead, of course, to the spring semester, you guys have Virginia duels down at Hampton. You have NCAA duels here at Liberty. Of course, you guys alternate that between here in Las Vegas and then the big showing at NCAA Nationals down in Allen, Texas again, of course. And I think with the recruits that you and Coach Castro brought in, the depth that they brought in, plus the fighting spirit of the returners and kind of getting the new guys lined up with what Liberty Wrestling truly is about, I think you guys are going to have a good showing in the spring and just talk about those upcoming tournaments. And ultimately, Nationals is the goal, and getting that third national championship and bringing that here to the Ice Center and celebrating.
Yeah. I mean, our second semester, the spring semester is kind of like the downhill for us in that The Virginia Duels is interesting because it's more of a pride thing. Our goal is secretly we'd like to win the Virginia Duels one of these days. But again, it kind of depends on who's in that bracket, and we use that as another building block. But we see, the teams we see there every year, teams like Ferrum, Apprentice, King College over in Tennessee, and then there's going to be some other teams that we've never seen before, but we're expecting to do really well there. We've got a really strong dual meet team. And as far as the national duels, our expectation is to win that. And then, and that's just one more building block to the conference tournament, and then that's one more building block to the national tournament. And if we have a strong dual meet team, I think we even have a better tournament team. Our point scorers are big time point scorers. Bonus points are a constant point of emphasis for us. We don't really want guys to just win. We want guys to win by 8 points, by 15 points, by pins. And they know that, and that's something we talk about every time. In the room, our mantra is if you put someone on their back, no matter what, it's their job to fight off. There's no letting them up. There's no, tapping out. You get on your back, you get off. And I think that's just going to show in the spring semester as we get sharper. We're going to get stronger. We're going to get in better shape. We're already in better shape than pretty much everyone we wrestle, but I think it's just going to get uglier and uglier for everyone else. That's our hope, at least. That's what we're training for. But I think the spring semester will be a lot of fun because I think we're going to do a lot of winning, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting to watch.
Well, Coach, we're super excited for the spring semester. Ultimately, best of luck to you with the Citrus Classic down in Fort Lauderdale. But thanks for coming and sitting down with us today, and we'll get to catch up with you next semester.
Yeah, thanks for having me.